Welcome to Easy Limo Learning Simplified. My name is Eric. I will be taking you through this topic time, and for this lesson we're going to cover something on the hour systems, that is the 24-hour systems and the 12-hour systems, and we're going to see how you are able to convert given time from 24-hour system to a 12-hour system. So we have a few questions that are going to help us with the illustrations on that, on how you can convert stated time from 24-hour system to 12-hour system, and possibly you're going to see how the two are different and how you're able to convert from 24-hour system to 12-hour system. And of course, at the end of the lesson, we'll be able to give you some questions in the form of assignment to help you practice and just to help gauge on your understanding of the concept as discussed during this lesson. So the 12-hour system time, you need to know, like, for example, this lesson starting at what time, or you are watching this video at what time, or you started watching this video at, from what time to what time, so you need to state the time. So time, you can state it maybe in 12-hour system, or you can state it in the 24-hour system, and we should be able to interpret that accurately, and we will be able to interpret that accurately only if you know the difference between the two. So in the 12-hour system of stating time, the time is counted from midnight to midday, or you can also count it from midday to midnight, and because we are having 24 hours in a day, so the 12-hour system of stating time tries to divide, that time, the whole day into two. So this could be midday, and so this is the previous midnight, and next midnight. So next midnight. So this is 12 hours interval. This is another 12 hours interval. So that is the 12-hour system. So you start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to number 12. Again, you start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to number 12. So this continues up to number 12. So we say that now the time from midnight to midday is written as, so the first half of the day, we write it as AM, and the second part of the day, you see, now, while that from midday to midnight is written as PM. So the second part of the day, we write it as PM. So you talk of, for example, 2 AM, then you know this is a time that is in between midnight and midday. So it starts from this midnight here to midday, the first half of the day. So this simply means 2 hours, when you say 2 hours here, you say we are counting that time 2 from midnight, 2 hours. And again, when you say 2 p.m., see, you write 2 p.m. This means after what? It is past midday, So we know this is the second half of the day. So we are starting from noon, and we know maybe 2 hours, like the 2 hours have elapsed. We have taken about 2 hours from noon time. So you should have that interpretation accurately. However, when it comes to the 24-hour system, we treat a whole day as one. It's different from the 12 hours. So for 24, the time is, the day is treated as, one single day. So starting from midnight to midday, so we have 24 hours. So you see, in the 24-hour system, time is counted from midnight, and it is expressed in hours. So you could write 200 hours, or you could write 1000 hours, or you could write 1500 hours, or even 2000 hours. You see. So here, or even 21, let me use this 2100 hours. So we count like the time interval, that is the 24 hours in a day. That day is treated as one single day. So you'll have to state all the hours, like when you are stating time, like at what time are you watching this video, for example, what time. So when you state that time, you'll be stating that time in terms of how many hours from the previous midnight. Now we have midnight here, and we have the next midnight. So we have also midnight here. So 24 hours, So we say time is counted from midnight, and it is expressed in hours. So how many hours from the previous midnight? 15 hours, 21 hours, and so on and so forth. So you write, if it's 10 hours, you write 10, then 00, because these, the last two zeros here, are holding position for just numbers. Maybe it could be 10 hours and some minutes, it could be 10, 21, that is 10 hours and 21 minutes, So it could be 10 or 11, 34. It's 11 hours and 34 minutes from the previous midnight. It could be 15. We'll be talking about 15, maybe 45. We could be talking of 15 hours, 45 minutes from the previous midnight. So that marks the difference between the 24-hour system and the 12-hour system. And take note, for the 12-hour system, we divide the one single day into two parts. That is, the first 12 hours of the day stated as time stated as AM, and the second part of that is having the 12 hours of the day again, and that is stated as PM. So please take note of that. And of course, when it comes to the 24-hour system, we count it right from the day is treated as one single day, and we count from midnight. So let's see how we do the conversion from 24 to 12-hour system, and possibly later on we'll be able to see how you are able to convert from 12 to 24-hour system. So this one here, you see, express the following times in the 12-hour system. So see, this is 7 hours, 10 minutes from midnight. That means that this time is still falling within the first half of the day, and therefore this one should be stated as AM. But now, when you are stating it as AM, you'll have to, just write 7. You don't write 0, but 7, and then you use this. Then you write 10. Then you write AM. Because you can see, when you talk about 7, 0, 7, 10, that means 7 hours, 10 minutes from midnight, which still falls within the first 12 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the first half, let me write 0 there. So the first half of the day has 12 hours. Time is stated as AM. Second half now starts from maybe 13. So first half of the day ends at 12. That means 7 hours and 10 minutes still falls within the first half. So this should be stated as 7, this symbol here, 10, and then AM. Yes. Now look at this. This is just few minutes, just 5 minutes, 5 minutes only. So that still falls within the first half of the day. So you will state it as 12, 0, 5 AM. This is just slightly past midnight. So it's just 5 minutes, after the midnight. Now, if you look at this now 22 hours. Remember, day has 24 hours. And already this is 22 hours from the previous midnight. This is already into the second half. So we have this first half started from 0 to 12. And then now we are into the second half. Remember, this one ends at 24. But this is where we are. This is our time, which is 22 hours and 30 minutes. So what is the number of hours from 12 all the way up to 22? See, all the way up to 22, how many hours are these? Because now we have agreed that now when it comes to the 12-hour system, the day is divided into 2, and therefore we look at, when we are stating the time, this other side will talk of AM, and the other half will talk of PM, but basically how many hours, there. So how many hours are here from 12 to 22? So these are 10 hours and 30 minutes. So we talk of 10 hours and 30 minutes. So we'll state that time as 10:30 p.m. 10:30 p.m. So you see, what we are doing basically is to subtract, find how many hours from noon, how many hours are they. So that is 10 hours and 30 minutes. So we write it as 10:30 p.m. The same applies to this. We have this ranging from 0 to 12, and then this goes up to 24, but this is at 18:36. So how many hours in between this? Remember, the first half AM, the second half is PM. But now, how many hours from noon to this time? The first half ends here. So how many hours, how many hours are these? From 12 all the way up to 18. That is 6 hours and 36 minutes. So we write it as 6 36 p.m. The only reason I'm writing it as p.m. is because this is falling into the second half of the day, second half of the day. So we have a few questions here to help us practice. You're supposed to express this in the 24-hour system. And the time that is stated here is in the 24. So you have to state it convert them into 12-hour system. And of course, the second question here, you're supposed to either state them as AM or PM, which is more or less the same thing as that, only that it is tested in a different way. So you can attempt. When done, you can always post your feedback on the comment section. We'll be able to look at it and give feedback in the due course. Otherwise, that is all for now. Until next time, goodbye.